no audition to get into Dundee School's music theatre, and there's no fee. But that's incredibly important. Often something can be free, can have little or no value to some people, so they'll go 1 week, they won't go back the next, they'll drop in, drop out. We don't find that in DSMT. The kids very much vote with their feet.
Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, at least you could have taken time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We have great numbers year on year, and I think that's testament to the way that the team approach things together, creating new and exciting opportunities all the time.
Beauty school dropout, missed your midterms and flunk shampoo. Well, at least you could have taken time to wash and clean your clothes up after spending all that dough to have the doctor fix you.
This is my first year at Dundee School's Music Theatre. I joined because it's something that all my friends are involved in, and I felt like I was missing out. I should have been part of what was going on, and really it's something that really should suit me down to a T, because certainly musicals are something that I really do love. The first few weeks of rehearsals I was made to feel really welcome by everyone there, which really did help, and by about maybe the third or fourth week in, I felt confident enough to, you know, go in myself, and I felt confident to let myself go and really get into everything that we did. So it took a couple of weeks, but after that I felt really confident and was really enjoying it.
Originally I wasn't going to join, but my dad kind of convinced me to go on that first day. And pretty quickly I realised this was something more than what I've done before. It just felt a bit more professional, and as if that in the end there was this goal that everyone strives towards.
Think we could get to these cool days? Hey, who the hell would put brand new chromers on a second-hand Dodge car? Probably some. Because
of the nature of what it is DSMT does, it brings you closer to people because you have to work with people, and your confidence grows because you work with people your age and the staff who are all brilliant and bring out the best in you.
The audition process is interesting. I think young people nowadays watch lots of programmes like X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, and I think they have an idea in their head of what an audition is, that, you know, there will be a panel and they'll be judging you and you have to perform on your own, and that's daunting for anyone. I would say it's daunting for people on both sides of the table.
We know why, because he's just in the door.
He's not done anything.
But I think he's easy to listen to.
He's got a nice voice.
He could sing Jesus, he could sing Judas.
But
he can be developed as Jesus, but I don't think he could be developed as Judas.
No.
He's definitely not. The only one I thought of for Judas, in a way, was...
Hello, nice to see you. How are you, handsome? Up, look. Nathan, darling, this is very interesting. Oh, Nathan. It's the same. So the daughter asked me how, and I hadn't. I told him a long time. And I said I thought it was Academy dancing with hardly any clothes on.
Auditions they're fun. It's such a good process, and leading up to it, you feel the angst every second that you're awake. Every second you're like, right, okay, what will I do today that'll be like this character? And how could I put that kind of characteristics into what I'm doing there? It's a big mix of emotions and feelings that you really can't describe, but you want to have it perfect every time.
Ready, stop. Okay, I want you to sing the first bit of Ben, but take the American accent off of it. Okay?
It's a big mix of emotions and feelings that you really can't describe, but you want to have it perfect every time. That's it.
Think about how many times in your life you're going to have to apply for a job, go for an interview for a job, go for an interview for a place at college. All of those experiencing, it puts into practice what I think they have to face really many times during their life.
The musical directors that we'll have every year are either Ian Strachan or Richard Wacon, and they're both really fun to work with. They really focus on what they can make better rather than what you're doing wrong. Like, I've naturally got kind of low voice, not a very high pitched or anything, but they really work on pushing you and making you able to do what you can do, what you're capable of, rather than making you strain your voice and letting you never be able to sing again. They make you go as high as you can, and then they build it.
The productions, the musicals that we put on are not designed for young people to sing and perform. They're often written for very experienced adult casts, and so that presents us with a variety of challenges when working on a project.
My mind is clear now. At last, all too well, I can see where we all soon will be. If you strip away the myth from the man, you will see where we all soon will be. And all the good you found will soon be swept away. You'll be back to memory and the things you say. Listen, Jesus, I don't like what I see. All I ask is that you listen to me. Jesus, you've got to believe the things I say of you. You really do believe this God's true.
Vocally, dramatically, there's lots of different challenges. I think perhaps the most difficult vocal challenge that we face now is the range in which some of these parts are written for, especially.
Sometimes at different points of the year you would walk in and see different sides of a relationship as well. Sometimes, you know, it's very, very encouraging, very nurturing as well. And other times, you know, you're pushing. You're saying, come on, I think you can actually push a bit further here and go a bit further on something, or, you know, really attack a challenge.
Sounds great, let's do that again. Call it sex. Here we go. One. Call it sad, call it funny. Let's do it even money. Better than guys, all we do it for some dough. Fantastic. Now, let's play a little game. Let's play the game that we're going to do it twice through.
You really need to work on things like diction and your breathing and everything, they're all really, really important things that not a lot of people would think are that important. Richard in particular was really good with my belting and whatever, because I can either be really, really loud or you can be really, really quiet. And neither of them are great. You need to have that range.
Of course, we're working with pupils who often don't have that vocal range yet, and so some of the parts are written at very, very high settings for voice. So we have to work with the young people to try and get round these difficult passages, try to allow their voices to stretch without damaging them and without putting undue strain on them, to be able to hit these high notes in various different vocal techniques so that the performance is complete at the end.
The dancing part of DSMT is my favourite, and that's because I've danced since I was 4, and it's just given me a different experience because I'm used to modern dancing and tap dancing, but dancing in musicals is a different game. You're dancing, you're singing at the same time, you're acting, you can't just do one thing and forget about the others. It's a lot of focusing, so it's mentally and physically as well. Like, Kenny pushes us really hard. We're used to it. By the time the show comes, we've worked so hard that we should be used to it.
When I began, I had 2 left feet. I couldn't move at all. But now I find that I understand what Kenny's asking us to do a lot easier. And I find that I can actually do it to a better quality than I could even last year. I would say that the dancing still is a challenge for me. It's not really easy, but I can pick it up if I work hard, but I've got to really work hard. I always find the singing slightly easier, personally. But yeah, the dancing is probably where I find the most challenging, and remembering all the moves week to week.